Here's the biggest mistake new and old chicken keepers make when raising chickens. And it could be deadly. Welcome back to Bok Bok Bouquet. This is the first weekend of January. Happy New Year. Welcome to the new year, and I want to get everyone off on the right foot. So if you're just getting into chickens, or if you're a seasoned chicken raiser and you want to start this year off good, the number one mistake that most people make is they get a new coop, they get all excited to have a bigger flock, and some of you don't like raising baby chicks, so then you run to the search engine and you look at Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. Maybe you see an ad at the local billboard, corkboard at your local feed store, and you see, hey, laying hens for sale, and you're like, great, I want eggs right now, let me go buy some laying hens. Well, you do want to be very careful who you buy from. Make sure they're a reputable seller, and make sure that you have your eyes open when you're on their property. Look at their flock, look at the conditions that their birds are held, and look for these signs of diseases, because if you get a chicken that it has a disease and you bring it back to your flock, or you don't have a flock and you're starting fresh, most chicken respiratory diseases are incurable. They're chronic and they're for a lifetime. They will spread it to your flock and there's no getting rid of it. It's something that you'll have to deal with the rest of your life, and nobody wants to deal with that. It's awful. So say you had a healthy flock and this chicken might even look okay, and they could be asymptomatic and just a carrier. So you bring this chicken back to your flock, and maybe next week, a few weeks later, or next month, you notice that chickens have bubbly eyes. They sound like you can hear them breathing like it's bubbly. They feel weak and lethargic, and then you start Googling and you find out you have one of the chicken respiratory diseases. And what can you do? You can help treat their symptoms and maybe get them through it, and they could survive. And for years you could just keep the flock just fine and then treat the symptoms as they come alive. But who wants to live like that? The best thing you can do is just never even have to deal with that in the first place, and maybe just raise your baby chicks from a good NPIP certified breeder, or make sure that when you do buy chickens, full-grown chickens, check out the property. Make sure that they care about their animals. You can tell right away who's just raising chickens to sell money and isn't taking care of their flock and is spreading illness and disease and is just in it for the money. Make sure that you're buying from a reputable source that isn't spreading these crazy chicken diseases, because you don't want to start this year or any time, whenever you're watching this video, you do not want to start your flock on that wrong foot. And that is literally the worst mistake any chicken keeper can make, is introducing disease into your flock when it was entirely preventable to begin with. I recommend when you buy new birds to quarantine them, put them in a separate pen that's isolated from your other flock for a few weeks, and monitor them to make sure that there's no signs of disease. Again, some birds can be asymptomatic and you don't know until you introduce them, but this is your best bet and method just in case. Quarantine them, make sure, observe them. And also it's a good idea when you're introducing birds is in a separate pen, and then the birds can get used to each other and see each other without fighting. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give us a like. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and check out, if you're getting new birds, how to properly introduce them to your existing flock. We made it very easy. It's such a good video, and hands down the best way to introduce your birds. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.